Good evening. It's Jackson's Hit Music K105.3, and we are proud to be on location here on Hewitt Road in beautiful Brooklyn, Michigan, USA. And we are bringing you live coverage of the commencement for the Columbia Central Options High School as well as Columbia Adult Education, the class of 2022. We're going to follow it with a processional.
Will you please rise? Will you please remain standing while Zoe sings our national anthem? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket dragon, no bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Zoe. That was wonderful. I'd also like to thank, you may be seated, sorry. I'd like to thank K105.3 and Pro DJs for being here this evening and helping us produce your graduation. So thank you to all of you for attending the Columbia Adult Education and Options High School graduation. Our fabulous teachers, principal, and staff members at the Columbia Community Education Program have worked with our students to support them as they successfully complete their high school requirements. Our graduates have the opportunity to become anything they desire through hard work and determination. At Options High School, our graduates have experienced true educational teamwork and camaraderie with their teachers. Our adult education students have become friends with their teacher mentors. Over the years, all of you, our families, and the teachers of our hard-working graduates have labored in partnership to sculpt our students into the fine young men and women they are today. Your children have exhibited the ability to work within our program towards a high level of achievement. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Let's applaud our graduates and encourage them as they work toward success in the future.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, friends, staff, and our school board to graduation day for Columbia Community Education. Today, we will celebrate our graduates from the Columbia Options High School, the Virtual Academy, and the Columbia Adult Education Program. I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank the people who make what we do even possible. Year after year, our school board members, as well as our superintendent, continue to support our staff and students. I would like to thank each of them. We have Mr. Bob War, President, kind of give a wave. Garrick Zuver, Vice President. Brian Knapp, our Treasurer. Chris Holbert, Secretary. Trustees, Kyle Baum, Jennifer Steele, and then Lindsay Scheel, who could not be with us today. And then Dr. Pamela Campbell, our superintendent. And of course, we have to give a very special thank you to our incredible teachers and staff who are committed to the academic success and social development of every one of our students. We have Melissa Adams, our fabulous social studies and English teacher. She always goes above and beyond. Mr. Stephen Beck, our math teacher. I often call him the math whisperer. You've heard of like the horse whisperer or what? Our math whisperer. Sarah Boone, our wonderful science teacher who just joined us this year. Mr. Bob Woodard, our very patient resource room teacher. Mrs. Christy Hannawald, our administrative assistant who takes care of each and every one of us. Karen Cripps, our brand new school nurse, who we are so excited to have. And Officer Jacob Mills, our school liaison officer. And he could not be here with us today, but also Mr. Bob Newton, our custodian. So graduates, some of you may already know the next steps in your life, what they're going to be. However, many of you may not yet know what direction you're headed, but that's okay. In her poem titled A New Beginning, author Joanne Fuchs gives graduates some guidance that I would love to share with all of you. As you make a new beginning in your life, be aware of important things you didn't learn in school. As you pursue your dreams, remember to take time to help and serve others, even if doing so slows you down a little. She's in the front row. As you explore and develop your unique talents, always remain humble. As life hands you challenges, welcome them as ways to become smarter and stronger. As you acquire material things, know that your most important possessions are honesty, integrity, and the desire to make a difference in the world. Congratulations, graduates. May your new path take you where you want to go and also bring you a lifetime of happiness. It truly has been a pleasure to work with each of you as you finish this chapter of your life. Now, I will turn it over to Melissa Adams.
Hi, everybody. A little bit taller than Lisa is. So, welcome, school board, Dr. Campbell, teachers, staff, families, friends, most importantly you, my graduates. I was thinking about quotes today, things that I share with my students, those wise words that have lasted through the decades, inspiring generations to greatness. You know, things like, I have a dream, which inspired an entire generation to rise up and change the status quo. Things like, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Confucius said that. And then believe nothing that you hear and only half of what you see. I told him that. But it's important because graduation always leads me to reflect, think back on when they started. In keeping with the history, I worry about what they think, what they learned. I think about the great happenings that I got to share with them, the discovery of fire, domestication of dogs, the printing press, I'm a history teacher. You know, I've seen a lot of things change since I was sitting in a seat similar to this. I've seen computers, cell phones, the internet, and I know things are going to be a lot different from you guys when you're out there 30 years from now. A lot of things are going to change and happen. You've already seen one of the greatest tragedies, and overcome it. 20 years from now, when I'm teaching history, I have to speak to my students about the resilience of students like you. I'll have to look back and explain to my students about COVID. I'm going to have to explain to them how you stepped up against the odds and you kept working towards the finish line. Some students gave up. Some are working, but a little bit slower. It was hard. I see you. Many of your classmates did make it. Only about half of you are here today to celebrate with us. Unfortunately, they're not here to receive the congratulations that you're earning. I kind of miss them. But you earned it. Like all those assignments that you said I gave you, no, those were your assignments. You had to finish them, and you did. Those accomplishments are yours, just like this one today is. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us. He is correct. You are who matters the most. You came through this pandemic better and stronger. You stepped up. You didn't let the forces that seemed to be against all of us hold you back. You made it through. You have resilience. Oxford Dictionary defines that as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness. Schooling at home, in person, back at school, not knowing if we'd have to go back online, it is still an uneasy time. We're worried about gas prices, grocery prices, and all the real world problems. But I know you are all ready. I see you. I know you have been through a lot, and you made it here. I spoke today at the school to some of your students to see if they had any advice. Trevin wanted to remind you of Heath Ledger's words, if you are good at something, never do it for free. He's right. You're all talented and you have something inside you. Follow your dreams, work hard, and make your future bend to your will. I believe in each and every one of you. I won't linger here anymore. Lindsay's not here to yell at me. But I will leave you with one important quote that one of your fellow students shared with you. Miles says to tell you, peace out. Next, we're going to hear from Chad Poe, and he's going to give a little speech to you.
Good evening. Wow, what a journey this has been. Looking around, I see a lot of pride on the faces of my fellow graduates. Take it in, this is a huge accomplishment, and today we deserve to hold our heads a little higher because today we are graduating high school. When I look back on my life, I never would have thought that I would be standing here in front of you graduating from high school. I would like to begin by saying thank you to my wife, Kim, my children, Christopher and Kirsten, my family and friends for never giving up on me, and Columbia Options for always welcoming me back and encouraging me to achieve my dream of obtaining my high school diploma. I began my journey with Columbia Options almost 9 years ago, with high hopes of coming in and graduating that same year. But life decided that it had different plans for me, and my schooling was placed on the back burner. This routine happened a couple of times, but I found it incredibly difficult to keep up my momentum and focus. And this past September, I found out that I needed to have neck surgery, and I would be home for 16 weeks. My wife looked at me, and I already knew what she was going to say. So that afternoon, I called and spoke with Principal Lisa, and made a plan to finish my schooling while I was off work. I found myself doing my schoolwork to occupy my time. Some days I would do a couple lessons, others I did none. But that is what makes Columbia Options so special, is that I had the ability to accomplish this on my time. At the same time I decided to finish my schooling, my wife, who was my biggest supporter, was also in her last semester of completing her Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. And I thought how cool it would be to graduate together in the same year, and here we are. My wife never gave up on me. She got really frustrated with me, but always strived and pushed me to do my very best. She took time to help me even when she was doing her schoolwork, when she was going to school herself to be a nurse. Thank you doesn't seem like enough, but it's all I have. Thank you, Kim, for everything. I would once again like to thank my family and friends for always supporting me and understanding how much this meant to me. I want to thank Columbia Options, again, for the opportunity to come back and finish what I started 9 years ago. I look back and I think how much easier it would have been to just do it when I was younger, but here I am now. And thanks to everyone for their support, I was able to receive my diploma, and I am so grateful and honored to be an Eagle. Mom, I did it.
Sydney.
I've been taking deep breaths. All seem to work. Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right. Sorry if I stutter through this. I am very nervous. I know a lot of people think that we are a bad school, think that all of Columbia's delinquents come to Options, think that we are nothing but trouble. However, that can be the furthest thing from the truth. Before I came to Options, I did not care about anything in high school. I hated to be there. I used every excuse in the book I could to skip school. and I just didn't spend time to learn my teachers or any of my classmates. I just absolutely hated it. Yet as soon as I walked through options doors, everything changed. I actually took time to know my teachers, to know what they liked, who they were, and who their own family was. I actually grew to love school. Mr. Peck helped me love math, which is very surprising since I hated it. I grew to talk with them. I grew to love a lot about school. I just grew in general. I became a better person. I became a bigger person. And I would just like to say to everyone who helped me along the way, thank you. I just want to say one last thing before I do go. I know that a lot of people that do go through the school and at least go to options or high school, doesn't matter, whatever, we have a lot of self-doubt and we think that we aren't worth it. And we just want to give up on ourselves a lot of times. So I ask that you just listen to my words carefully, and I'm sorry if these prices aren't correctly because I know that they're higher now, but please listen to my quote. A bottle of water at Costco is 25 cents. The same bottle in the supermarket is worth about 50 cents. At a local bar, it would probably cost $2. In a good restaurant, it can be worth up to $3. At an airport or on a plane, you might be charged $5. The bottle and the brand is the same. The only thing that changes is the place. Each place gives a different value to the same products. When you feel like you aren't worth anything and the people around you belittle you, change places. Do not stay there. Have courage to change environments and to go to a place where you are given the value you deserve. Surround yourself with people who will appreciate your worth. Thank you.
Amy.
You're listening to live coverage of the commencement for the Columbia Adult Education and Columbia Options High School class of 2022 on Jackson's Hit Music, K105.3.
I'm just as nervous. I thought I was going to laugh through this. Good evening. It is with great honor that I am able to address my classmates and everyone who has come to support us on this great accomplishment in our young lives. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to start by thanking our parents, guardians, teachers, friends, family, and other supporters for doing everything in their power to help us get to this point. The encouragement before a test or quiz, to the countless meals, rides to and from school events, activities, and even home. They have been by our sides through it all. From a personal standpoint, I feel I was blessed with a family away from family that has motivated me to set up challenging goals for myself and to push myself to never give up. It is very easy to have hope today, but we will still have bad days like we did sitting there at school. We were able to tell our teachers our feelings and what was going on in our lives, no matter if it was good, bad, or personal. They would be there to talk or to listen. There are many things that can stop you from being motivated to do your work. It can start by getting boring. You can get distracted by friends or fun things happening around you. I got distracted by friends. I wanted to do my own thing until I couldn't, and I started realizing I wanted this for myself and for my future. I started to get on top of things and getting my work done until I faced not being motivated again and wasn't worrying about my priorities. I stopped doing my work, and this kept happening throughout the year, and I was feeling the urge just to give up. My family and friends noticed, so they sat me down and talked with me, and I started to realize that this had to happen. With the motivation and encouragement, I was able to pull through and get it finished. Be proud of yourselves that you have made it this far. We all go through rough patches, and it may stop us from doing our schoolwork, but we pushed through it, we got it done, and we did this. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. That was great. Now is the time we've been waiting for. Let's get these graduates some diplomas. Graduates, will you please rise?
Chad Poe. Brock Kramer. Hunter Hall. Ella Howard. Sydney Moore. Nick Pulverenti. Sierra Snap. Amy Stoops. Sarah Taramino.
Brock, please take the podium.
How's everyone doing tonight? All right. As Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. Congratulations, Columbia Options Class of 2022. Turn those tassels.
It's official. The tassels have been turned. You are now looking at graduates of the class of 2022. Please stand and join me in applauding our newest graduates of Columbia Options High School and Adult Education. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
And you've been listening to live coverage of Jackson's Hit Music
Class is
K105.3, covering the commencement ceremonies for the Adult Education and Options High School at Columbia Central. That'll do it for our coverage. Have a great evening.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop.